Welcome to Paco the Realtor channel, where I talk about real estate, rants, and other things that can make our life really interesting. Guys, this is Paco the Realtor, broker, owner of RH Real Estate, realtor, broker, storyteller. And today I want to tell you a story of me, of how I overcame some fears I had, and I just thought it was important. One of the things I try to do is share and be a little vulnerable sometimes, because I think people respond more to realness than they do to anything else, right? So this last week I felt overwhelmed completely, frustrated. It was a combination of many things. It was a combination of just too much going on at work. Where's that paper? It was a combination of too much going on at work. It was a combination of not having the answers, not being in control. So anyways, a lot led to the conversation that I had to have with myself, which was, how do I get past it? And not to go into too much detail, but I just spread myself too thin. And got to the point where physically and mentally was exhausted in the last week. Had hit the reset button. I think we all go through that in life, right? Life throws us curveballs. We're not ready for them, and then we have to decide what to do with it. Well, it was about 3 weeks out like that before I finally got fed up and decided to do something about it. Hit the reset button, shut my brain off, shut the phone off, kind of recenter myself. But the reason I bring this up is for this: it's a constant battle, I think, that we go through, right? I was the guy who would never say anything, never had an opinion, because I didn't want to upset anybody. I was great at blending in. I was great at making sure that nobody knew I was there. I really cared about what people thought of me, everybody. So I didn't want to piss anybody off. And this is how I was pretty much growing up. Maybe it's a product of being a middle child and always trying to make sure that I didn't cause any problems. Who the hell knows? But growing up, through high school and college, and early on in my career, I could say I was the guy that just didn't want to piss anybody off. So I avoided confrontation. I avoided not giving my opinion, whether it was, and when I say opinion, not because I wanted to be a jerk, but because I knew somebody was wrong and I should say it, but I just didn't want to piss them off. And I've had to learn to be the person that only cares, gives an F, about what's important to me, not somebody else's opinion. And this has been an evolution for me in the last 2 years, I would say, where I've had to learn to only care about what's important to me and could care less about what other people's opinion are. Now, that doesn't mean I don't care. It just means that I don't give it any more energy. People still have their opinions about me, good, bad, and ugly, from family to friends. There's certain people that, are still energy suckers. They haven't changed one bit. And there's other people that motivate us and give us energy. I've learned that life is too short to care about other people's opinion who have nothing to do with your life. They don't live it. They're not in your head. They don't do any of that. And I think this week was a good reminder of that, because I think I just started to get overwhelmed with a lot of things in a lot of different directions that I wanted to head or not head in. And I finally came to the conclusion that what was causing me all of this pain and heartache and the stress was the fact that I was caring too much about whatever decision I had to make. What were people going to say? And that is what put me in a tailspin of frustration and anger and feeling lost and overwhelmed. So I had to recenter myself and come to the conclusion that it doesn't matter what other people think of my decision. What matters, hey Richard, what's up, buddy? What matters is that I stick by my decision, and it's important and right to me. Not going out and hurting anybody or doing like that, but what's important to me, that's what matters. And that's what I had to remind myself to do. And it wasn't easy, because if anybody knows me, I am a people pleaser. And when you're a people pleaser, you're constantly trying to please people. But I've become a people pleaser to an extent where I don't have patience for BS anymore either. So we all face this. We all go through these challenges. We all get in a situation where we're trying to grow, or want to grow, I should say. And I guess that's why I'm doing this video. It forced me to grow again, and remind myself how I've grown to where I've gotten in my business, professionally, and me personal, is that I've learned to only care about what's important to me. You ever know that person that just hates everything? Everything pisses them off. Everything angers them. Why? I need to come over for beers. I gave up alcohol for this month. After this month, I'll be more than happy to come over. You know that person that everything frustrates them? Why is that? Well, the reason that is because my assumption is because there's nothing important in their life anymore that they're focused on, and so it's when we don't have meaning for our life, we kind of we tend to go bitter and angry and stuff like that. So my thing is you got to always know what your why is. You always got to know what you're going after. You always got to know what, and our goals evolve, we grow. So the growth is the key. The growth, the evolution, and we stop growing, we start dying. So if you're not growing and you have the same problems you had a year ago, it's because you haven't grown. So make those tough decisions, grow. Who cares what anybody thinks of what your decision is? We have one life to live, not a life to borrow. We're not here trying to please other people. We're here to live life and live this damn life we have to the fullest that we have. And only we know in our heart what exactly that is that makes us happy. So go freaking do it. And don't use family as an excuse. I have a wife. I have a daughter. I have everything. When our life isn't perfect, we have our challenges. And that's never going to change. What changes how we react to it, right? So as long as you know what that why is, as long as you know what you want, as long as you know what you're trying to do, or trying to figure out, at least trying to figure out what that is, then you'll be fine. It's right. It's the journey, not the destination. Process, not perfection. So do me a favor. If something's bugging you, if something's bothering you, if you're depressed, go talk to someone. Go do what makes you happy. As long as it's not self-destructive, drugs and stuff, and alcoholism and stuff of that kind of stuff. Moral of the story is this: we have one life to live. So do me a favor and live it. We all go through. No life is perfect. We all go through situations in our life where we get overwhelmed, frustrated. Somebody's coming by in a skateboard right now because I'm outside the grocery store waiting for a text message to see what kind of groceries I need to buy. So sorry about that, guys. Is life? There is no manual on how to live it. The only thing there is books and people to tell us what they should have done, right? After they get older. My parents are older now. I love them. I see what they're doing. I see the ailments physically that they're going through and things like that. And it just made me realize, what am I doing? Life is too damn short to sit back and not do what we want to do and let fear hold us back, whether that be fear financially, whether that be fear of failure, whether that be fear of criticism. Get to the point where you don't give an F because you stand by what you did, because you know that's who you are. No matter if society and the world tells you otherwise. Alright, guys? Kind of deep today, huh? I was going to talk to you guys about it last night, but I was at a board meeting for one of the nonprofits I sit on. And we didn't get out till 9 o'clock at night, so I said I'm going to do it today because it was important for me to do it. And then, hey Heather, and then I saw what happened with Anthony Bourdain committing suicide in France, and I was like, you know what? You never know the struggles we have, right? We never know the struggles we have. And money doesn't cure all, because how many people have committed suicide that have everything we're supposed to have? Live life. Love yourself. Do what you got to do. Travel. You don't have to travel the world. Southern California offers you so many places to go. Alright, guys? Happy Friday. Enjoy it. And as always, this is Paco the Realtor, broker, owner, local expert, storyteller. Be vulnerable. Hey, thank you so much for watching our videos. I appreciate it. If you really like the content, go ahead and like and subscribe to our channel. We'll be putting out a lot of content on a weekly basis, which will be real estate related and a lot of stuff of just me ranting. So thank you. Remember, subscribe.